Welcome everyone, Gabe the Izzard here. I am on the beginning of Wright Avenue along the railroad tracks, just in time. Union Pacific Railroad train is passing by. I am going to be walking the distance of historic Wright Avenue. Asher is to the west on the other side of the bridge, and heading this way east is Wright Avenue. And this is a double railed bridge. It's an older bridge. This is a very highly trafficked corridor between the neighborhood of, the Wright neighborhood, Dunbar area. From this bridge, you can see the top of Barton Coliseum, and a little bit over is like a space needle sticking up right there. The Arkansas State Fair is in progress. So that's what that is. And below this bridge is a road that is not used as of this moment. Wright Avenue is a fairly short street, only runs about a mile. It eventually kind of merges in to 17th Street going east. But there are some pretty historic houses along this area and businesses. We're pretty close to Central High School. It's just to the north of where I am right now. Greater Trinity Church of God with the red brick happening. It's a beautiful, simple church. Quite a few abandoned and vacant lots here. That's what happens. Communities thrive, and then progress moves to another area, and then you have a clearing out of residents and businesses. There's the backside of the church. So you can only imagine right here. I have no idea what used to be here, but it's a corner store lot. They used to have a shop right there. I'm going to cross the street at a few different areas and kind of zigzag back and forth to get perspective. This is a very nice neighborhood over here to the south and north of Wright. It's a mix of modest homes, and then there are some gargantuan homes. And yes, there was businesses lined up here. at one point in time. And you can look up this road. This is Denison. Central High School is directly north. I'm gonna cross. It's not a crossing spot, but I just want to do it for the sake of crossing. Barbershop here. Detail area there. And you can see this house, the basement, duplex, quadplex. New Hope Baptist Church, right there. Some very unique style houses. A lot of these houses were built, say, from the 20s on. It's a part of the neighborhood that is being rejuvenated, which is a nice word for gentrificated. But either way, the neighborhood is making a comeback. Not that it ever was gone. Just adding more residents. Here's a memorial here for a person that's lost their life. There was he kind of wanted to label it a serial killer, but somebody was doing stabbings of just random people, and that was one of them right there. Some very, very cool houses and some very unique architecture mixed in with a very plain and basic, which I have no problem with that. Very plain and basic, because I am a basic person. I just find this is unique. This old storefront. I have no idea what was there, or something was there at some point in time. It's K-Hall and Sons Produce. I'm gonna cross. Not only do they sell produce, but they also have a place where you can buy hamburgers, and they also do seafood from time to time. Boiled shrimp, crab legs. Check it down there. Coming up on Battery, they've redone the sidewalks here. Wait, this guy's wanting to turn. It's a weird kind of catacorner. Battery moves, and I just crossed Battery, and then Battery is right here, headed south. Going to be walking up on the Wright Avenue Neighborhood Resource Center, which is a city department. I don't really know what goes on in there. But you can see there were businesses right along here at one point in time. It's kind of a shame we've gotten away from having neighborhood markets, but that's progress. You have vehicles that can get you from one side of town to the other. You don't really need a grocery store or a little market on every 2-3 blocks. The population just doesn't sustain it, and it's just not feasible. That's a very cool building. It's the Islamic Center for Human Excellence. Used to be the Greens Furniture Warehouse. But just looking at the architecture and the brickwork, it's super cool. And then across from it is the New Africa store, Yosto. Looks like they do some cooking out and stuff there. A slab of a building that once was. An old liquor store. But if you just look at that building, it's just so unique looking. Love these corner lot buildings. It's a funeral home. If you caught my Chester Street walk that I did, you would see, well, almost all walks that I do in the neighborhoods, they have these stairs that lead up to where the residents once were. And it's like you can just imagine there were 3 to 4 houses that were all located right in there. And now they're gone. Road is blocked down there. That is Arkansas Baptist College. That is right down there off of Martin Luther King, which that is where we are approaching right now. MLK Junior Drive. Right here is the Wright Avenue Liquor, and right here where that cross is used to be the Palace, which was a little club, and our own Darren McFadden got in a fist fight there, went to kick somebody, broke his toe, and then had quote unquote turf toe throughout the rest of his professional career. So some might say that the Palace caused that injury, or him being at the palace caused that injury, which maybe have shortened his career. And this is a car wash that benefits the Arkansas Baptist, which you can barely see the tip of the little church, or the bell tower there. And I'm gonna cross up here. Love that painted pole with the missing sign, but it's just cool to think of what was there. All right, crossing. The Lion of Judah Church. And then the Union AME Church. And it's a unique building. I like the staggered bricks on the side. The glass that is glass blocks. Another whole corner area, completely devoid of structure, but it does have remnants of what was. See the steps right there leading up to someone's house. Here's a huge brick home. And this is the backside of Dunbar Middle School, which used to be the black high school before integration, and there actually was a college over here. My neighbor that just passed away this year went her whole school career at Dunbar, from elementary through college, graduated college, from this location right here. She used to walk to school. But it is now a middle school. It serves this downtown area. It's just funny. This is the Dunbar School Neighborhood Historic District. Everything is a district or historic or something, which it does. It has lots of history. History that doesn't get told. I was stopped yesterday by a guy on my Chester Street walk, and he was asking me, you know, kind of like, you know, intensely inquisitive of why I was filming the neighborhood, or his neighborhood, because he had lots of people coming and filming and saying how bad the neighborhood is and all the crime and stuff like that. So he didn't want someone giving his neighborhood a bad rap, which I really appreciate that. Crossing. All right, so continuing this way would be 17th Street. I'm going to take a short jaunt over. Across Chester Street. I was here yesterday. I even walked through that abandoned building, which used to be a car detail shop. Well, that's the last business. I mean, it obviously was a filling station at one point. These lights right here, that is a classic. I don't know what year that is, but it's got, when it was made, it was like a state-of-the-art futuristic type light. There's another sign for a business. I can't read it. But talking to my neighbor that passed, that she moved into that house in like 1962. She had talked about how the neighborhood would have, little grocery stores like I was talking about a second ago. It's like you didn't even have to leave the neighborhood. Just leaving the neighborhood was a huge ordeal. A lot of people didn't have vehicles. And if they did, they didn't, really need to travel to West Little Rock to buy their groceries at Whole Foods. Everything you needed was within a, half square mile. This section of Wright Avenue was the fire truck route for the Paris Towers. The Paris Towers is a public housing that we'll see here in just a moment. But anytime a smoke alarm goes off, or a fire alarm, the fire station is dispatched and a truck has to come over here and check out the thing. So, 5 to 10 times a day sometimes, fire trucks would come barreling down this road, sirens blaring, to go and see that somebody had burned their bacon. And we walked into, we're kind of in the Quapaw Quarter. This is still, has the sign up here that says Dunbar Historic Neighborhood. I actually live in the Wright subdivision. Apartments. Beautiful buildings. Huge 100-plus-year-old trees. Of course, I hate these trees. I call them water oaks. I don't know really what they are, but they suck. That's the Kavanaugh house there. And then directly over here is the Cornish house. The Duggars from the show 19 and counting. I think it started as like 10 and counting, and then they went on up, kept having babies. Lived here shortly while one of their children were in the Arkansas Children's Hospital. And so just like that, I'm at the corner of Arch and Wright Street, which is the end of Wright. And there is the Paris Towers, for which the fire trucks would come and check the alarms. I appreciate you watching. Did I say to go ahead, tag along? I don't think I did. It's too late. Go back and tag along and see my video again. Why not? Here is some spooky business here at the Kavanaugh House. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Later.